order routing as a concept level, it kind of works in these different scheduled jobs that you can have running throughout the day for different purposes. So each tile that you see right here, or each card that you see right here, has its own purpose, or like its own strategy. So each card kind of represents a strategy, and that the strategy is kind of defined by having its own schedule. Within each strategy, or what we call a routing group, you have all of your different routing like sequences within a strategy. So you would say, like, first I want to route specific kind of orders, then I want to route a different kind of order. So most commonly retailers will maybe prioritize orders that came in with next day shipping and have a special kind of routing for those that routes to a very like super close location to the customer. And then they'll have a second routing that runs for just standard orders, and that has a different routing rule strategy within it. So it kind of helps you prioritize and like apply selective rules to different kinds of orders. But yeah, once you come into here, you have each routing within your strategy or your group has a set of orders that you're pulling. So you might know that in HotWax, when an order comes in, it first lands in the brokering queue, and then it gets allocated based on your routing rules. So you can select which queue you want to select orders from, and then you can basically add prioritization to those orders through sorting. So that through shipping method, order priority, order date, so first in, first out, stuff like that. Once you've selected your orders, you can add different rules of inventory lookup and sequence among them. For example, in this setup that we have right here, the first location that orders are attempted are warehouse only. That's defined by a facility group that's set up that says, basically a facility group is a grouping of facilities, obviously. And so this group right here is only for warehouses within your company. So the filter is like pick up all locations from the warehouse group, sort them by proximity, allow partial allocation. So this is the first rule. Everything that can be allocated through this rule will be, and if they cannot be, you can set up the next action, which is next rule by default, and that will move any unallocated orders from the first priority rule to the next priority rule. So you can see first try warehouse, then try stores, et cetera, and you can kind of see how you can kind of like do a whole loop of different conditions. And kind of once you understand one thread, you can imagine how for these set of orders have this many inventory rules, for this routing strategy have this many order lookups, and as a company run this many routing strategies.